Car makers have a habit of giving their cars stupid names. There's the Dacia Duster, the Skoda Superb and the VW e-up. Mitsubishi even called one of its cars, and I'm not making this up, the Lettuce.
So it's unsurprising that Vauxhall has chosen to name its latest small car the Adam. This, as you've probably noticed, is a person's name. And just as Toyota Avensis would be a stupid name for a child, Adam is a pretty stupid name for a car. But stupid name aside, the Adam looks like it could be an ideal choice for a first car. The question is, how does it stack up?
The Adam loses some points here because of its badge. Although it's a very popular make, Vauxhall always gets a bit of a bad rep, so it's not exactly the coolest name to have on the back of your car.
But if you ignore the badge, you'd have to agree that the Adam is a very good looking car. We love the brushed steel wing mirrors and the white alloy wheels, and although it lacks the retro charm of its big rival, the Fiat 500, the Adam is every bit as good looking as the Fiat.
Inside, the Adam is even more stylish. I've been driving this car for a week now, and everyone I've given a lift to has commented on how nice the cabin is.
And on top of this, the Adam is one of the most customisable cars you can buy. On top of choosing the colour of the body and the roof, there's a huge number of alloy wheel designs to choose from, as well as a range of decals. Inside, you can choose from more than a dozen seat trims, and you can also choose the colour of the plastic trims on the dashboard.
So, spec your car right, and it's entirely possible that no other Adam in the world will be quite like it. So, what's the Adam like to drive? Well, like most Vauxhalls actually, it's pretty forgettable, but totally undemanding. There are 3 petrol engines on offer, a 1.2 litre and a 1.4 litre, both of which are pretty gutless, and a 1 litre 3-cylinder turbo, which is the one we'd go for. It's pretty pokey and surprisingly quiet for a 1 litre. On the road, you'll find that the Adam's ride is quite firm and the steering is quite light, but despite this, there's a button on the dashboard which makes the steering even lighter. Now, the point of this is that it's supposed to make the Adam easier to drive around town and easier to park, but to be honest, the standard steering's that light that unless you're a 3-year-old girl, you're just not going to need it. And of course, if you are a 3-year-old girl, you shouldn't be on the road in the first place. Every Adam comes with Bluetooth and DAB radio as standard, and you can also spec Vauxhall's IntelliLink system, which has been specifically designed to be smartphone compatible, allowing you to access photos, videos and some apps through the car.
The Adam also comes with Siri Eyes Free, a system which lets you talk to Siri through a button on the steering wheel. You can ask Siri to call people, play music, write text and even dictate emails on the move.
As you can see, the Adam isn't the biggest car in the world, and while there's plenty of space up front, your mates will probably have to chop some of their limbs off before they can fit in the back. The boot is tiny, even for a car of this size, and the Adam is available as a 3-door only, so not particularly practical there.
The Adam isn't the cheapest city car, however with the range of kit and personalisation on offer, you do get quite a lot for your money. Where the Adam is let down, however, is in the running costs.
None of the Adams is free to tax, and none of them will top 60 miles to the gallon. So while the Adam will be cheap to run, it's not quite as cheap as some of its rivals. On the plus side, insurance should be reasonable, as the cheapest Adam is in Insurance Group 3.
In many ways, the Adam is a bit of a disappointment. It's not particularly cheap, economical, practical, or nice to drive.
But despite this, we actually think it's a great first car. It looks great and it comes with some great technology. And although it falls short in a few areas, this shouldn't be enough to put you off.